Today in Vicksburg, the river has crested and the backwater levee is also doing its job with water coming in just a few inches from. I'm standing over here on the Highway 82 and Route 1 intersection. The snow continues to fall. It's near Lake Beulah earlier today are running out of time as waters are quickly rushing in and people can save all their belongings. There is a possibility of tomorrow an isolated thunderstorm across the Delta, and the temperatures throughout the entire week are going to be in the mid-90s, upper 90s, and possibly heat indices up into the high. From the southwest, bringing this warm air from the south over here from the Gulf of Mexico is causing temperatures to surge. Like I said, 102 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. High humidity. The heat indexes will be approaching well over 100 degrees. Rain, I wouldn't be surprised to see easily 10 to 15 inches in the path of this storm. The conditions around here remain quite pleasant. However, with Hurricane Jeanne right off the coast, this is...
We'll go with that. That's not too bad. At least it's warming up.
Warming up is a good thing, and the rain should be getting out of the picture, I would say, by Tuesday evening, early Wednesday morning with clearing, and we'll see that sun far oftener than we have been lately.
All right. Thanks a lot, Steve.
You're welcome.
Mercury may have killed thousands of fish earlier this week at this popular swimming hole.
Begin to develop over the next day or two or even 3 days, and we're not talking about some clearing maybe until the middle of next week.
I think we're in good shape down there.
And as of now, the levee is doing its job. Now, you guys been working at a sand boil all day in Glen Allen. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's a sand boil area that
WXVT Delta weather.
So it's not as bad as it was earlier heat-wise, but there are so many mosquitoes out tonight.
There are a lot of mosquitoes. We were outside earlier just relaxing before we came in to do the show, and they were just eating us alive. No matter how much off you put on, I just think they have like a counteractive defense against us, the off, and they just somehow just, I don't know, they just beat us up over, I don't know.
It's just awful.
We have to get the industrial off bug spraying. Weather headlines. Let's see what's going on in the world of weather. We have a heat advisory issued by the National Weather Service until 7 p.m. on Sunday evening. With temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, the heat indices will be 105 or greater, and we'll continue the above normal temperature streak for several more days, and we do have a chance of showers and storms later on next week. We'll get to that in the extended forecast in just a moment. Currently here in the Port City, it's 83 degrees. Dew point at 71, very humid out there, and we do have the southerly wind coming up at 8 miles per hour. And in Greenwood, a couple degrees colder at 81 degrees. Their dew point is at 71, and they have a calm wind. So the temperature is going to drop a few more degrees during the overnight hours. I wouldn't be surprised to see some ground fog developing. Temperatures across the tri-state still 90 degrees in Monroe, 84 in Pine Bluff, 81 in Memphis as well as Greenwood, and 79 out in Tupelo. And highs across the state today were 101 in Monroe. That's the 10th time in the month of June they hit at least 100, 86 in Tupelo and 97 in Pine Bluff as well as in Greenville. Temperatures across the entire country right now show a slight dip in the jet stream, with Denver coming in at 57 degrees, 93 in Vegas, a cool 56 in San Francisco, and if you're heading off down to South Beach this weekend, 83 out in Miami. And highs across the country, 107 in San Antonio, Dallas 102, Lexington to Kentucky 85, and Boston a cool 75 degrees. Satellite radar the entire country shows a low pressure way up here in the north central parts of Canada with a cold front trailing on down, and we do have a warm front which is extending, bringing this warmer air, and between the masses we have these showers and storms developing between Kansas and Nebraska. As we take a closer look to our region, we can see just a few fair weather clouds off to our west, some storms off to our east in Alabama. Those have been dissipating, moving off to the east as the daytime heating has gone away. So forecast for tonight overnight, 71 to 74, mostly clear skies. Very humid though, with the winds from the south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour for the day on Saturday. Great way to kick off the weekend. Don't forget, we got that heat advisory in effect until Sunday night at 7 p.m. 96 to 100 will be your daytime highs tomorrow. Mostly sunny. Winds to the south-southwest from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And for tomorrow night, sunset at 8:16. Another humid one, 73 to 77. Crank up the AC. Winds south at 10 miles per hour. And the 7-day forecast is looking like this. Temperature is still in the upper 90s for Saturday and Sunday. Cooling off a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. And a chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I do believe that is an 89 we do see there on Friday. That will be the first time in about 4.5 or 5 weeks that our daytime high might only be in the 80s. So Caitlin, not too bad, but the daytime highs are still in the 90s, and we're going to make a run of 30 straight days here, possibly with temperature at 90 degrees or higher.
Wow. Well, it would be nice to not have it be 90 in the day. I was running around today reporting and I did not look so appealing. I was literally drenched in sweat. It was not so cute.
This definitely wear the light colored clothing, definitely, that's for sure.
Stuff that doesn't show your sweat either.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
You got it.
Just Steve Dreyer is live tonight with more on that from Greenville. Steve.
Caitlin, I'm over here standing at the intersection of Highway 82 and Highway 1 here in Greenville, and as you can see probably behind me, we just have a few cars actually out and about tonight, and the roadways over here on Highway 1 north and south and 82 aren't that bad. And if you can see in the shot, we do have snow actually falling, and the temperatures right now are probably in the low 20s with wind chills, probably in the lower teens, upper single digits. I wouldn't be surprised. And the thing is, what's going to happen is once this precipitation is over, the ground roadways are actually going to freeze up. So I wouldn't recommend traveling at any point throughout the rest of the evening, especially roads that haven't been driven on through the entire day are still covered with sleet, snow, and ice. It's amazing like how cold it is out here for this time of year for the Delta. And temperatures are going to be like this for the next several days, as Ray probably just mentioned in his forecast. So here are just a few winter driving tips to keep in mind if you are going to go out and about. One of the first things you do have to keep in mind is don't drive fast. Drive according to the weather conditions. Leave plenty of distance and space in front of you and behind you. Another thing you have to keep in mind is do not text and talk while you are driving. Remember, 10 and 2 is the rule. Like I said, keep a safe distance from other cars. Do not brake suddenly. If you realize that you are on a patch of ice or you're out of control, pump your brakes and turn your car into the slide so you can stay in control of your vehicle at all times. If you haven't done so already, during cold temperatures, the air pressure is lower than your car, so if you haven't properly pressurized your tires, you can actually lose traction while driving. Of course, give yourself extra travel time when going to your destination, and please make sure you have filled up your car gas tank and topped off your fluids. Overall, driving conditions right now here at the highway intersection of 1 and 82 isn't too bad, but we expect the road conditions to deteriorate throughout the evening as temperatures continue to drop here across the Delta and throughout the region, as roadways that are untreated will begin to freeze. So reporting live here in Greenville at the intersection of Highway 1 and 82, Steve Dreyer, WXVT Delta News.